At the end of the topic, you will be able to define dispersion of light, demonstrate dispersion through prism.
Explain atmospheric refraction.
Now, let us see the refraction of light through a prism. Prism is a solid refracting medium bounded by three plane surfaces in the form of a triangle. Two surfaces are highly polished and the other surface is grinded. The angle between the highly polished surfaces is the angle of prism A. This can be acute, right, or obtuse angle. When a light ray passes through a solid prism, it is refracted. The angle of refraction depends on the color of the light ray. If you allow a beam of light onto a prism, it bends and emerges out on the other face. This ray is called deviated ray. The angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray is called the angle of deviation. The value of angle of deviation depends on four parameters. They are the angle of incidence, the material of the prism, the color of light, and the angle of the prism. Have you ever wondered how a rainbow is formed? During rainy days, water droplets are suspended in the atmosphere. When the white light from the sun falls on the droplets, they disperse the white light into 7 colors, namely violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Dispersion means splitting up of white or any composite light into its constituent colors. White light is the composite of all visible colors of light. A prism refracts light as well as disperses it. When a beam of white light passes through a prism, it gets split into its component colors by the prism. Different colors of light bend through different angles. Violet deviates the most. Red deviates the least. The group of 7 colors is called spectrum of white light.
You might have observed the apparent random wavering or flickering of objects seen through a turbulent stream of hot air rising above a fire. The air just above the fire becomes hotter than the air further up. The hotter air is lighter, less dense than the cooler air above it, and has a refractive index slightly less than that of the cooler air. Since the physical conditions of the refracting medium, that is air, are not stationary, the apparent position of the object as seen through the hot air fluctuates. This wavering is thus an effect of atmospheric refraction, which is refraction of light by the Earth's atmosphere on a small scale in our local environment. The twinkling of stars is a similar phenomenon on a much larger scale. In this topic, you have learnt the splitting of white or any composite light into its constituent colors is called dispersion. The angle between the lateral faces of the prism is called the angle of the prism. The angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray, bent at an angle to the direction of the incident ray, is called the angle of deviation.